Welcome to the MAsupportsMA Roundtable, a Nerds production sponsored by the Garage Media at the SoundLab. This is a place where creatives get together to connect, relate, and have great conversations. Today, we have Mez, DCaso, DJ Sisko, and BigTunez.
I want to say one of the best moments I guess I've had. Flying to Zurich, Switzerland to go DJ over there. They lost our luggage. They lost all of our luggage. So we went on stage with the same dirty drawers that we was on the plane with. But like, I don't know. I think the idea of not having like your clothing to be like your garb, and we just rocked out. We didn't care what we looked like. We doing dumb shit, throwing water everywhere. Like, I think that was like the dopest experience off of something that should have been like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I would say embarrassing to switch it up. I'll do the most recent. I did a wedding, pretty big wedding, and you know how as DJs we got to MC, introduce the bride and groom and everything. I've been working with them for months, you know, setting up everything. And when it's time to introduce the bride and groom, completely forget their name. So it's like,
was it like you started, let me introduce, and it got silent?
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh!
Mm-hmm. There's like a whole drop, like song and everything.
No.
And I'm like, bro, I had to pull my phone out, everything. Look at the text, I'm like, there you go. Yeah, you know what I mean? It felt like it was like a 5 minute, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Like when you DJing, like 1 minute feels like 30
Oh,
minutes.
yeah.
Oh, Lord.
When your laptop dies or when the music cuts out, it feels like forever.
When the music cuts out, it'd be like 10 seconds, but you sweating bullets.
Yeah. I got another one. So I'm in Rhode Island.
I was about to say that too.
I'm in Rhode Island, and you know the new trend is to hold your phone up to request a song. So I'm ignoring the request, but she's getting on my nerves. So I'm like telling her to come to the stage. So they have these like little rope barricades that like I didn't see it, but she didn't see it. So I guess she falls into it, grabs the table, pulls everything down. Silent, like. So it wasn't embarrassing for me. It was actually closure for me. It was but when
So for me, one of my most embarrassing was actually one of the best things that happened as a DJ. So this was my very first time DJing in Rhode Island, and as y'all know, y'all travel. Playing different cities is completely different. Mm-hmm. You can't really play the same way you would play in Lawrence, the same way you play in Boston, the same way you play in Brockton, right? So at this time, I'm fresh, I'm new in the game, I'm working at a pirate radio station, you know, I'm DJing with certain sounds, so I'm very, very dancehall heavy, right? And I'll never forget, I get to Rhode Island, and for the longest time, I'm sorry Rhode Island, don't fry me for this. I used to think Rhode Island was like the weirdest place because I could never grasp how to play in their city, right? I played, this is when One Day Rhythm came out. I'm drinking rum. I played that, I played Skip to My Lou. The crowd is looking at me like I'm the most dumbest person in the world, bro. But the second I played Jaquan Tipsy or Hood Hop, it's turn up. I played Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It, Be Faithful, AV8, turn up. And the messed up part about it is I was so fresh in the game, I didn't understand DJ endurance, right? So playing for 4 hours at that time was really, really difficult because when you you DJing in Boston at that era, you just run through rhythms. You go through 12 rhythms, that's damn near half the night, right?
You have there for like 60 minutes.
Like an hour, if anything, right? So I bombed it. It was President's Day weekend 2011. I bombed it. It was bad. It was a party called Black and Yellow. Damn. Promoter came up to me. He hit me with one of and he was like, bro, I'm gonna just call you. The boy didn't talk about it. Long story short, that club, the manager was like, yeah, don't bring him back. So in order to get back into that club, I had to throw a party. So I came up with an idea. I threw a party. We just bust a whole bunch of Boston people in Rhode Island. And between me and two other my friends, we ended up packing out the club. There's two sides, we packed out the club. And then I remember having a conversation with the manager at the end of the night, and he was talking to the promoter. He was like, yeah, man, I'm so glad that you didn't bring the other DJ back. He was so trash. Going off.
It was you the whole time.
So then when we came to realization, because homie started laughing, he was like, wait, that was you? Yeah. And I mean, ever since then, I will never forget, I drove home so sad. It was a 9 to 1 night on a Thursday. Bro, I had to wake up in the morning to show up to work at 7. I did not sleep. I literally blended and organized music from when I got home to when I went to work. And realistically, it was bad because it was such an embarrassing feeling that we've all been through a feeling where we bombed the set, right? But it was so good because now I had to learn, because I've watched a lot of folks who never had that, and they feel like they're tough shit, and they get into an environment and it crumbles them even worse. So for me, that had to been one of my best and worst moments at the same time.
It's funny you say that. It's like being a new guy at the table. I've learned the endurance part of DJing from you. I've seen you do events where like you've come in and everybody's already been played everything. And I'm like, what's the same gonna play now?
Yeah.
And then you still close out the night. I'm like, bro,
you're good at that. Big Two's good at that.
I gotta give a shout out to that.
He's good at that.
I gotta shout out.
And I feel like everybody tries to burn you the most. And I feel like everybody tries to burn you the most. Yeah.
Bro, I've
been on events with you, and I seen the DJ come up before you, and they're like, yo, when they see Big Two's coming in the booth, it's like,
yo, no lie. I've had DJs look at my laptop and literally see what I'm pulling up, and they line up the record. It's so bad. So it got into a habit where I open my laptop, I won't pull up the record. But I gotta big up the dudes who I kind of came up under, and you know, you're familiar with them, the Hot 97 Boston guys, like the Drew Nices, the Chubbs, the Al G's, the Be Famous, the J. Cools. You know, they had an interesting relationship and dynamic amongst them, and there's many more too. There was an interesting dynamic amongst them because they were all very, very competitive. So when they would do like their big party, I would literally watch them all go up and just fucking floor it, right? Or I would watch them go into individual parties, and the same thing y'all noticed with me, other dudes are doing it to them. So realistically, I had to learn that at a very young age. Like, if you want to keep up, you better start understanding records. So I just looked to go left.
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
I mean, I've been through the embarrassing moments, like forgetting your charger, but your laptop shutting off.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, at 1 minute, there's no music. It's like, and then people start clapping, no music. I hate that. I want to throw the turntable at the top.
That's a moment.
Yeah, that's the most embarrassing one. It's just like, if your charger, your laptop shuts off, it's like, what do you do there?
Yeah.
What do you do? You grab the mic and you like scramble, or when your USB's not, like you move your laptop and it just shuts the music off. That's like, for me, I hate that. That happened to me actually like 2 weeks ago at Bijou, and it's in the middle, you know, Bijou's like EDM heavy. So right before the drop, I had to kind of like scoot, because the bass was kept moving my laptop. I scooted over, right before the drop. Man. It's like stuff like that, but like that's stuff you can't predict, honestly. Like
Queuing up the song.
Yeah. Oh,
And the worst part about it is too, just because you're saying that, in an event, every problem is the DJ's problem.
yes.
If the club's not filled, we get blamed.
Yeah, we get blamed.
If the speakers suck, we get blamed. If the liquor don't hit, if the women don't look good enough, it's our fault. Like, it's crazy.
You know, that's actually happening a lot. Like people putting fire alarms at big events now.
Really?
Yeah. I was at the Grand and they pulled the fire alarm on us like at 11:45, and obviously you can't turn the music back on until the fire department comes, shuts the fire alarm off, and it just ruined. We were sold out. It was, people walked out. It was
Really? That was big in the college era. I didn't know you were still here. Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know if it was specifically for that event, but it's happened before. Like people put. I had a Halloween party. They pulled the fire alarm too. Maybe it's just me.
You gotta hit my boy.
I'm thinking about it. It might be me. Sisko here?
You know what it is? It's a promoter that couldn't afford him.
Boy, trying to say
Sisko, he couldn't do me that favor. Fuck up his party.
How many favors have we done though?
Bro, come on.
How many favors have we
Bro,
done?
everything is a fucking favor, bro.
Right?
Everything is a favor, bro.
Everything's a favor. Answering your phone is a favor these days. Like,
And people that you know, so crazy. People just don't understand. They don't understand.
it's crazy.
Like, you know what it feels like for 50 phone calls to come in an hour? don't text me. I'm like, just call me.
Like, do not, like, when they Apple invented the do not disturb.
Oh, that was perfect.
Greatest thing
Yeah.
ever. Greatest
I
thing.
love that.
Facts.
Yeah, out of everybody here, I'm probably the coolest on the scene. Also started DJing in my late 20s.
What got you into it?
So my uncle is jamming Joe Johnson from WILD, and I was just kicking it with him. He's just like messing around on his phone. He has the DJ app on his phone. He's just at the crib kicking it. I'm like, yo, how are you mixing these songs? He's like, yo, download this app. So I'm messing around with it, making mixes for myself. Started like playing for like the family at family events, and then my basketball coach was also a DJ. So they hired him to do my grandmother's birthday party. He had to run somewhere, and he's like, yo, when this record goes off, just press this button.
That's where it all starts.
So I go, but I'm mixing the records. And he comes back and he's like, how do you know how to do this? And I was like, oh, I'm messing around with different shit. He's like, well, I'm looking to buy new equipment. He's like, I'll sell all this to you. And he's like, kind of bullshit. He's like, I'll sell all this to you so I can go get my new shit. I was like, I'll be at your house tomorrow. He's like, whoa. He's like, give me like 2 weeks, whatever. 2 weeks later, drove up to his crib, picked the mall in, bought the equipment. Just to mess around with the crib. My next door neighbor is my man's. We go to a cookout. His man's is looking for a DJ. He goes, oh, my boy Mez is a DJ. Tell him, I don't know about pricing. I don't know how to do anything. I just got thrown into the wolves, and it was like a work. It was something. It was on Humble Dab. Something on Humble Dab. The whole hood came out, and I was like, damn.
So the first party they threw you in the hood.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yep. So yeah, that was 2018. Summer 2018. Yeah, but since then it's been, you know, I go give shouts to guys. And using social media to try to market myself, and I'll do it full time.
Full time?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's fire. That's fire.
Dope.
This is such a loaded
Yeah,
question,
facts.
bro.
What was the question again?
It was
What got
what got you
you into
into the
Oh,
Boston
I got
scene?
you. Oh,
like,
the Boston scene.
Man, what got me into the Boston scene? A whole lot of bullshit. I'm gonna be very honest, right? I was fortunate in a sense where, realistically, I was good friends with a girl who happened to be a sub promoter. She hooked me up with somebody, and from there, he was like, yo, if you're really interested in this whole DJ thing, because realistically, in high school, I was a bootlegger. I was the guy who was on LimeWire, Frostwire.
Yeah,
I was
Bear
the guy
Share.
who Bear Share. I was the guy who was burning CDs. You needed a CD, you came to me, right?
I was doing it with Papa Don.
Yeah.
Me and Papa Don was doing that.
So it's like I used to always. So for me, I remember just somebody put me on a virtual DJ and I would just mess around with it, and then that turned into obviously house parties. Breaking into the Boston scene, luckily with that DJ, he would take me around, but at the time I was still like 19, 20 years old. So I remember the era where I had to sneak into the club.
Yeah.
This is why with me now I'm so cool with a lot of the bouncers, because a lot of the bouncers have to come find me. I'd be in the bathroom stall, sitting in the bathroom, foot up on the seat, tucked away, and like the Boston, I mean, I'm not gonna make it seem like the Boston scene is any better or worse than any other city, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to politics, right? And politics is big everywhere you go. And what people fail to realize, Boston is a major city, not a major market. So realistically, there's a lot of big players that play in the scene that might not be as big elsewhere, but it's like here everything's so politically driven. And what a lot of folks don't realize, it really goes down from like City Hall, down to the owners, down to the promoters, so on and so forth. So breaking in the scene, I mean, I'm sure all of us have had our tough trials and tribulations. We've gotten burnt 1,000,001 times. We've had a lot of great situations. And even, it was a lot of hours. It was a lot of hours. It was a lot of happiness. It was a lot of, teaming up with other folks, things not working out, and just, keeping, positive energy, trying to continue to progress. Because, we've all worked together. Yeah. We've all had a season where we've seen each other once a week, So it's like, every single, you're a little new, but every single one of us, we've had that conversation of like, the behind the closed door conversations that you have with your homie. So we've all had those conversations and shit that we're dealing in. So it's.
But I also feel like the Boston scene now is a lot easier for new DJs to break into than what we had to go through back in the Caprice days and Monster days. We was literally told, don't play hip hop. Yeah. You can't even play reggae. Yeah, you used to have to wear, it was a lot tougher back then for me to break into Boston.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel outside.
I feel like now, like, I think
because casual to
I feel like because of DJs like us, like, it's a lot easier for newer DJs to kind of feel more comfortable playing because we've kind of like
we broke it.
We broke the barriers of like what can you play, what style of DJing is acceptable, and it's just
I want to say too, also,
it's easier now a little bit.
Gatekeepers aged out. So I feel like the promoters that we started with, a lot of them moved on to the next step in life.
Yeah,
right?
There was gatekeepers. There was gatekeepers, but I don't know, man. Like being in the scene, people can call me a gatekeeper, but it's like, it's like you have a job, you got to keep that job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but there's a difference though. You know what I'm saying? I've been around you long enough. I can't consider you a hater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been around DJs who are like, they be like, yo, don't book Sisko because blah, blah, blah. And I think in our generation, we just want to pay our bills. Like, we just want to eat. Like, we're not really worried about the next person.
But the market back then, we weren't worried about bills.
That is true.
We were doing it for the passion.
We were,
So that's why we were able to break the barriers.
That is true, yeah.
So now, newer DJs, they got to pay bills with this. So it's like, it's easier for them to kind of just want to come in and play the hot records and go home.
That works. I mean, tell truth, bro, I kind of want to say I was lucky, but at the same time I wasn't. So like coming from New York.
Y'all got lucky something.
Yeah, but like coming from New York to Boston, there was the learning curve, right? So first musically, super Caribbean heavy, right? That's just what New York is heavy. So it's pure rhythm, so it's like trying to learn how to play house. I learned how to become an open format DJ when I moved to Boston. Right? Because we weren't hearing no pop, none of that in the clubs. It was pure bottom my tunes or like some kind of gangster song, right? That's just what it was. So coming here, I had to learn that. But I was lucky that I got thrown into a bar early. And then I remember hitting up Papa Don and Chuck. Those were the two first DJs I hit when I moved to Boston. And I was like, yo, Pop, how do I get in the market? And Papa Don was like, yo, I'm still so new. He was like, I'm probably not the right person to ask. And I was like, I appreciate that. And then I remember seeing Chuck. I remember Chuck's name just being big out here. And I was like, yo, Chuck, can I come, like, just follow along with you? He told me to come to an event, and I couldn't get there. And after that day, he stopped talking to me. So Chuck was vexed at me, bro. Because Chuck was like, he's trying to give me the alley-oop. And I dropped the ball.
I'm gonna be real.
I'm like that when DJs to this day. If they drop the ball.
But I needed that though, son. Because in that moment, I was like, yo, I can't ask nobody for help. I gotta do it myself. And in that moment, I learned how to network for real.
I was gonna say that's
so I started going to every single bar, and I'm talking to the bouncers, I'm talking to the waitresses, and then like I just got cool with the right people, and they was like, all right, here's your opportunity, and I just came and I did my job, son.
I think DJing in Boston, in my opinion, is honestly one of the hardest places to DJ in the world, in my opinion.
Agree.
Right? I think because, for one, I'm fucking Haitian, right? There's no reason why I should know a dancehall catalog as good as somebody who's Jamaican. Mm-hmm. There's no reason why I had to study a soca catalog as somebody who's from Trinidad. There's no reason, I don't speak a goddamn lick of English. I don't know what Bad Bunny's singing any of them. There's no reason why I'm forced. Like, I remember when I had to learn the difference between bachata, merengue, salsa, right? And then reggaeton and all that. And then that was one problem. Now I had to understand how Puerto Ricans party.
I played versus Dominicans party. Yeah.
I understand how, you know,
El Salvadorians,
Central
bro.
South
Yo,
Americans party.
yeah.
And it's so, even though the Latin community is one community, it's so fucking different, right?
Especially in Boston.
So it's like here, it's like a melting pot. Because like when you go to New York, if you DJing in different boroughs, you uptown, you playing more like you in Lawrence. You in the city, you playing more like you downtown. You in Brooklyn, you playing like you in the hood. Here, it's like any given night at venue, Icon Bijou, even the Grand, whatever the case may be, you're gonna have to play Bad Bunny. Can you play Drake? And there's that one person who wants to hear Posada and Bachata. Two different completely
You got to be able to play that shit like well. It's not even just knowing the records. Like you got to be able to run through them shits like at least to be able to play an hour of that Bachata
10 genres
in one night.
I mean, from back in the day, I'd rather do that now than when it was back then. You knew when you were kind of just yourself into. But now you can get a little more creative. I just wish I wish younger DJs could see like all we went through. But they'll never get it and they'll never understand it because they think we got lucky. Like I still get it to this day. Like, oh, we got lucky, we got put on.
Nigga, I'm here 50
facts.
Telling them the story of how you worked for 10 years, they're like,
bro. And here goes the worst part about it. A lot of us came up in the era where we weren't lucky to have a controller, right? How many of y'all DJ'd off?
Switching the RCAs.
You got the RCAs.
Bring in your whole,
box in the middle of the party. You had to learn how to DJ off vinyl,
Bro, we really showing
CDs. Y'all remember the little fucking the weird shit with the CD thing at the bottom that had the little tempo pitch on the side?
So that shit helped me out because when I started like really started doing like clubs and lounges and restaurants, that's like when I came into the game was the controllers were starting to get popular, but I didn't know that. I bought 2 Tech 1200s in a Rain 57.
I miss my 57.
It was
great setup.
It was practicing on that,
That's
not
a
knowing.
great
I spent my last dollar on that shit, not knowing. I see my first controller maybe a year after, and I'm like, wait, I could have just did this. So it's a blessing learning on that, but I feel
like you become a better DJ when you learn on that.
I bought broken 1200s too. I had to take them apart and solder the RCAs together. So I really had to learn the science of
away from controller DJs, but I feel like DJs that work on vinyl first.
Oh, it helps. It helps.
Instant double wasn't a thing at the time.
Instant double, bro.
You was running ABS mode, absolute mode. Like you was really taking the needle, putting it on the record like it was a real record. Learning how that shit skips.
And then you're DJing outside and the record
start whooping. Yo.
Serato didn't even have day mode yet.
If the bass is too
you was party turn up, somebody
your needle breaks, right?
Oh
my.
Bruh. You have a broken
You know how many M44-7 is?
It's the amount of money you had to spend back then, though, too. That like I feel the money we had to spend taught us to appreciate it a little bit more. The fact you could go buy something for $1,000 now and like rock any party, it's like it's dope.
I like the convenience.
I was there when the control, like I was, I never had to like play off of. I mean, I do vinyl sets now, but I never had to play like carry my records. And like I'm kind of grateful I didn't have to do that. I'm also kind of mad I missed it, but I'm grateful I didn't have to do all that. I hear the horror stories.
I only missed that era because I wanted to experience how it felt to dig in crates, pull out that record, and turn up a party. I don't miss it because even now, if I do a private event, you know what I'm saying, I get mad when I have to fucking carry QSC. I'd rather just call somebody, yo, what's the budget? Have him pay you. I don't want to do that. So I can only imagine when guys had to go back in the day with the needles and
when they had to run the whole, when they had the amplifiers too. Like, yo, bros, So and then the pay was probably trash. Like, what? You done carried all this shit. Which is a conversation. Tell you at the end of the night, yo, man. Yo, the night ain't do that well, man.
You can't bring them back at the end of the day. You broke 3 needles, you can't come back.
Oh, man. Trying to skip out on payment. Yo, the one thing I will say though, and I think we did say, is that Boston to me is about all connections, right? And respectfully, I feel like the people that were able to got into the game faster is because they went to school, high school, and like they had that network that like my best friend became the promoter of this club. My best friend became the whatever. My friend's father. I'm just saying, as an outsider, I felt like it was more clicky.
Yeah.
Boston felt super
That's
clicky.
how I felt about New York.
And I never wanted to like get into any specific cliques. And then I was like, all right, bet I gotta join promotion teams and start helping these people promote to get into their clubs.
So
like,
it's funny you say that. So y'all know I spent time in New York for a couple of years, right? My biggest problem with living there, it felt like politically, it felt like I was dealing with Boston all over again, just on crack. And because New York is such a big market, like navigating through promoters who do the meatpacking district is a problem, like, because they stay in that area. People in the city, they stay in that area. Caribbean people, they stay in that area. And then you gotta fight with the guys who are radio DJs. You gotta fight with the guys with the Instagram baddies. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta fight with the socialites who brought a controller. So like, it's interesting that you're saying that because I felt like that.
But at the end of the day, in whatever market you are, people are gonna go where they want.
That's a fact.
That part.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Just I don't think the industry realizes that.
No, they don't.
That people are gonna go wherever they want. Like it doesn't matter if I'm there. It doesn't matter who's there. I mean, if the club is hot, market it right. People just
I don't understand why people don't understand. It ain't the club. It's really the night and who's doing it. Because any club can have a bum night. Any given day of the week.
Facts.
So, can I skip this for 500?
I mean, we have solid promoters.
Yeah, we do. We do.
I don't know about we do. We do have solid promoters.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob.
Yeah.
I am Boston.
Rob's been a smooth dude.
Well, hold on now.
What?
Rob's not a promoter no more.
No, he's not.
He's an owner. Yeah, facts.
From the beginning to now, he's stayed the same.
Yeah, I never had an issue with Rob.
Never like payment wise.
Rob was very A and B.
Yeah.
I can do this, I can't do this. So I've never had an issue.
I like Rob. I mean, if you're a DJ, you just gotta be straight up with promoters. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think every one of us had a situation where it was good and not the greatest. Yeah. So realistically, I mean, for me, like, there was dudes I came up with that, like, when I started in college era, I worked with New World, Goody and T. Those were like my core. Mm-hmm. Between those two dudes, we cultivated some of like the biggest college parties in the area, and that's what got me really into the college scene. So when it comes to dealing with the promoters here, I mean, I'm happy to see a lot of guys being able to put themselves in positions to kind of grow, you know. Yeah. And one thing I want to say, I want to see more of the promoters come together. Because realistically, I'm gonna be real.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen, but it's gonna be
real. It's not gonna
be real though. I'm gonna be real.
It's not gonna happen.
As urban promoters in this city, if some of these urban folks really realize if they teamed up, they would put this city in a place that everybody's asking for. Right? And you're watching DJs do it now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Sisko throw his own party and putting certain guys in the play. I'm watching Real P throw parties and put guys in certain play. And realistically, I can bet any money on it. If Real P called Sisko and they had a great idea, they gonna fucking put shit together to put in a certain play. So realistically, it's like it would be nice to see a lot of promoters do that. Doing a 400-person venue is cool. Now let me see a 4,000 person event.
Promoters can do it. They can do it. I don't know why they don't do it. To be honest with you, like, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
You'll see nights where it's like 5-6 different events going on a block from each other. And they're all struggling to get people to get in the door. And it's just like if y'all would have just.
I mean, like you said, Boston's not a major market; it's just a big city. So I think, and so promoters realize that and they use it to their. I don't know.
I think the reality, and I think everyone's just pocket watching and penny pushing.
That's it.
And that's the reality, right? So let's keep it. No, I'm gonna say it, right?
Yeah.
The reality is that everybody's trying to put as much money in their own pockets.
Yeah.
The promoters and DJs will work better together. The promoters understood that, yo, if you're making $10,000 on a night, stop giving these DJs $200. DJs stop taking $200, right? So it's both sides to it, but I'm just saying, like,
but there's a value there, though.
If the
there is a value. If
the promoters started taking better care of the DJs, I think they would be a lot more union in the city altogether. And that's why the DJs to me are working.
Nights ain't making 10 grand at the door anymore.
Yeah, Nights ain't making 10 grand.
But that's why I believe
but I get
DJs are working with
the
DJs
theory.
now, though.
But take it from somebody that throws events and looks at the numbers. You're not making 10 grand as before. Like, people ain't buying tickets. It's a last minute push that week. Like, I promoted an event for a whole month. I saw 50 tickets. I was like, damn, hey, it's a dub. That day it sold out. Like, it's just like, it's weird. People are not buying tickets. It's just like, I don't know. Like, the market right now is very flatline. Like,
I mean, post-pandemic, everything ain't bounced back yet.
That's why maybe it doesn't motivate promoters to want to work with each other, because, you know, it's weird. Yeah. It's like in a weird state.
But even if you throw, like, let's say you got your own Friday night, why don't team up with the dude who's at this club, that club, and piece together something like at the park?
I do agree, though, that certain clubs should have a reggae room, certain clubs should have a hip hop room. Something like that, maybe that works. Because at Bijou on Saturdays we have Afrobeats now in 51 during the summer.
Yep.
And then upstairs I'm open format house music, hip hop, mostly hip hop. It's like, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that works, but
I think that's a.
I don't know if I really like that though.
Yeah, because it's the segregation part.
It does work.
It's a start. You work it together. It's a start.
I mean, I feel like that's what it was back in the day. Like when we went to venue, it was the open room, and then the side room was the Latin room.
Yeah,
Or the
I like
side
that
room
setup.
was-
I love that setup to me. Like,
But look, it's crazy because, and it's funny looking at the growth of the Latin music.
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy, bro.
Bro, I remember when Latin room was the side room.
Yeah.
Now Latin
Now
room
it's
is
the
like
main
the
room.
fucking main room.
Yeah,
bro. It's like
facts.
the craziest shit ever.
Facts.
And no disrespect to dance. Actually, I don't like new dance songs.
Yo, new dance song is garbage. It's
I ain't gonna say no
garbage.
disrespect.
Son, it's garbage.
We drinking with
Bro, sorry.
I don't know.
Bro, new dance songs patois trap music.
Yeah, fun.
And all the
weird.
popping
It's
new
a
dance
weird-
halls
it's
is
a
just
weird-
remakes of the old shit.
Thank God for
all the
I'm a
old rhythms.
piano, however you say.
Oh,
Yo, I'm a
piano
piano.
and Afrobeats, bro.
Sheesh, saved
Running
it.
it, yeah.
Saved music right now.
That's a fact. That's a
Say it.
fact.
Real shit.
And now it's going into Afro House.
Yeah.
Yep.
People are really liking that little vibey, like, I mean, and it's crazy because I'm seeing like regular bottle spinners vibe to Afro House more. Like, I'm
Because it's a vibe.
Yeah.
But what the house culture is kind of weird though. And what people fail to realize, all of our culture has a house in it.
Yeah,
Dembo is house.
yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Soca's house.
Soca, it
is
has house in it. You know what I'm saying? Haitian Ramadan, that's house.
Yeah.
And one thing I learned from Hugh is that house music is actually black. It came from
Yeah.
Chicago, right?
Yeah.
It was created by
If you listen to all the 90s like house hits,
Yeah.
all black women going
yeah.
crazy.
It was just dope.
Turning up, bro.
I mean, I think
Turn it
I don't
up,
know, you
bro.
guys should play more house music. I'm just saying.
Nah, I rock with house music. I love house music.
Like vibey house music. I mean, there's like EDM
Yeah.
stuff, which is like I have to play it because it gets the room going.
Yeah.
You know, the CO2 and all that. But like, I feel like to me, like a little bit more house music.
Yeah.
No, I rocks with it, bro.
Yeah.
Believe
But
me.
that's
what
where it's going now.
That's what I kind of, when
I
I
think
first
that's how you
started, that's what I was
promote us
playing.
together in a way with the music.
That's kind of like what I was playing when I first started doing like stuff in the city. I used to do like a online radio podcast show where I was just kind of just playing house and like alternative music. Got a couple calls to like go do events at 222 when they were open. Good Life. And that's kind of like what I was playing, but
I miss Good Life. So I think Good Life was one of the best bars, best venues in Massachusetts.
I was doing like events that was like more like, you know, black people was going to, and they're like, you gotta. So I learned. I'm like, all right, let me get into my dance hall, let me get into my hip hop, let me get into my Afrobeats bag. So that's kind of where I transitioned to. But I started off with and that's kind of like where I want to get back to, is getting back into playing like the house, you know, the vibes. That's what I'm afraid of, man.
Yo,
I'm
dear
afraid
black
of
folks,
it.
can we stop
Yeah.
this? House music is white people
Right,
music
thank
bullshit.
you.
Like,
Yeah.
what's good with you
I'm
niggas,
telling you,
man?
that's how you.
Yeah.
That is the key
Music.
to bringing
Bro.
promoters together is through the music. Rich put a Latin promoter with an Afrobeat promoter. It
Yep.
works. I did Burna Boy versus Bad Bunny. It was sold out.
That's crazy.
And there's a huge house scene in Boston too.
Nah, it
Boiler
is.
Room came and they sold out. Midnight Live, like the big room and the small room.
That's how you.
That was
That's how
crazy.
you bring it together. But at the end of the day, it's logistics. That's pretty much
Everything is logistics.
logistics. Because one promoter is like, "Oh, I brought this," and another promoter, "Well, I brought all the VIP tables."
See, I don't know, bro. I think I've always learned to not trust the promoter or rely on the promoter. I've always been the guy to talk to the owners. Like, I want to trump every promoter. I get into almost every spot I've done because I've gotten cool with the owners, and the owners kind of push away like, nah, D's doing this night, D is doing this. And then I get to a position of power where I can now be like, all right, I'm bringing in these DJs to come do this week, that.
For new DJs, if you want to like break into the market now, I feel like grab a bar in your local city, try to pack it. If you can't pack it, you don't belong in downtown.
That's the way. That's the way. That's how I came up.
Anyways, what's next?
Man.
That's all y'all, man.
Oh yeah, I like
Man,
that's the guru right here.
Jesus Christ.
That's all you. Good luck.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
I don't know, son.
I don't even record about it. Where do you want to start?
Business etiquette.
Wait,
right?
there's two stages to this. There's the approach, and then there's the execution.
What level of
So-
artists are we talking about?
Yeah,
What are we
yeah,
dealing
yeah.
with?
So
Like-
we can start from the city, right? The city, the block artists,
Like a local
right?
artist, yeah.
Right, local artists. My issue is that there's no execution, there's no business acumen, right? So they'll get their music and they'll be like, yo, play my song. One, I don't know you. Two, your approach suck. Like, everything's relationships. If you don't build a
is the
relationship,
approach, like-
why would I do, like, why am I
Yo.
taking a chance on you?
One of the problems of, how do I put this, man? Everybody looks at the DJ like they have the keys to everything. Like, if I play your song, it's just automatically gonna go viral, right?
It's not.
And, you know, there's a lot to breaking a record than just playing a song.
That part.
And I'm going to use one specific song that kind of took off in the city, Rosewood Babes Taxi.
Yeah.
Yo, that song's fire.
Yep.
Rosewood Babes Taxi. A lot of people don't realize a lot of the behind the scenes that actually happened. Rosewood and his team, like, you know, Rosewood's like, that's my dog. You know, I love him.
Yeah.
It's my bro.
Yep.
You know, he call me whenever, I call him whenever. You know, anything he needs from me, I got him. And a lot of people have coined me or even Pop, like, yo, broke the record. But I'll never try to, like, just take that 100% because that was the city that brought the
was the
song.
city.
And
It
realistically,
was a good record.
no
It was a
one
great record.
person breaks a, like, there's a difference that a lot of DJs don't realize between being the first to play a song and being a person who broke the record. It's a big difference. A lot of us get records from labels. Like, my email is full of labels sending me records. A lot of the songs I've gotten, I've met the artists. I met Meg Thee Stallion before she became Meg Thee Stallion. Tory Lanez before he was in USA. I met all these artists, got their songs, played it, and people look at me like,
What's this? Yeah.
I played Big Ol' Freak for the first time. It took 4 weeks before Big Ol' Freak really took off from Boston. Yeah. And like, we live in a city where the relationship with art isn't fully respected,
That's a fact.
right?
That's a
So
fact.
it's like, you're a photographer, cool. You're a DJ, cool. Like, what else do you do? So there's a lack of respect there. So when it comes to breaking a record, there's so many levels that skip, right? If you're a rapper and singer, any form of artist, you gotta be tapped in with the blogs. You gotta be tapped in with whoever's on social media. You gotta be tapped in with your local DJ, whether if he's a wedding DJ, club DJ, radio DJ, basement, bedroom DJ. All of these folks, you have to build a relationship with them. And it's like, one, all due respect, not every club is a club record.
Very rarely.
I'm gonna be very honest.
Very
Half the
rarely.
club songs
Very
we play aren't club records, but they got so popular where you have to play it. I'm gonna be real. Like a lot of songs, we was playing LMA Boot Up in the club.
Yeah.
That's not a club record. It's just an R&B song. It just took off.
Yep.
Fisher, that's hot right now. A lot of people, the first time we heard it's a smooth record.
There's no bass line to that song.
But there's no
there's nothing. Yeah.
There's nothing that, like when you hear Bobby Shmurda, a hot nigga, oh yeah, we turning up.
Yeah, that's a club record.
You know what I'm saying?
But with all of those songs though, the city made it hot, right?
The city made it
It
hot.
wasn't the DJs.
Yeah.
So the city made it hot, and then it got to the DJ.
I don't even think Hot Nigga was a real club record.
It wasn't. It was not.
To be real.
The amount of work that had to go behind that
So it's like,
was crazy.
It went viral on the internet.
that's it.
Yeah.
And we're playing in a different game now where if the internet takes off, like back in the days, if your music gets into the blog, your music travels.
Yeah.
Now if your music goes off in the internet, it travels. So back to the whole Taxi record, you know, rightfully so, Rosewood's, like the team was really actively doing what they do.
Yeah.
You had me on radio playing it on the regular. You had Papa Don putting it on the mixtape. You had a whole bunch of different DJs at the cookouts. Sisko's at a party. DCaso was at a party. You know, all these other folks. The song was taking off to the point where everybody was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the only Boston records I've ever seen a DJ play from start to finish and not stop it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And realistically, a lot of
to me, it's a classic to this day.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that song is fire.
so what is breaking a record?
Same with like Dita. I mean, he had Lil Baby on it. That kind of helped it too.
I ain't never played Lil Baby's verse.
No, I never played his
ain't gonna lie to
verse.
you.
I just played
No
the Dita
disrespect.
Flyers. I just played the Dita Flyers. You know what I mean? But that was a moment too.
Yeah.
Stizz's record went viral on Complex, and then Drake played it.
Seashells was a good one.
Yeah.
Seashells was a good
Like
one.
I
Never
said,
really the D.
at the
But
end of
how
the day,
can
it's the
how can a
relationships.
DJ, how can a artist get to us? I mean, y'all more radio DJs, more y'all know. But what step do you want an artist to take in order to get up to
Number one, don't come up to me and say, "Can I airdrop you a song? Can you play it
Yeah.
now?" I'm not playing.
Yeah,
your-
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
playing.
Like
your
I said,
song,
the
bro.
approach. How do you want them to approach you? Not at the club. That's off limits. You know?
Well, for one, at the club, I'm working. So realistically, and you gotta understand, like I'm here to do a job. So if I play a trash ass record,
make sure you look bad.
motherfuckers gonna look at me like you a trash ass DJ.
And then the other rapper in the crowd is gonna be like, "Oh, word."
And then the other rappers like you played his song.
Now it's now a jukebox.
So it's like, and there's a lot of good music out there that first you gotta worry about getting your music to other people.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta understand that people need to listen to your records, right? And two, you gotta build a relationship. Three, you gotta realistically start looking and putting your music in places you feel like your music fits. If you're a ballad singer, don't come to me at 12:45 in the club, expect me to play a 56 BPM record that's slow as hell. You're not Bryson Tiller. I'm not going, like, it's just not it. So you have to understand where your music sits. Yeah. And a lot of rappers that I've spoken to, I've built a relationship like, yo, you know, it's a good record, and I think this is where it's gonna go. I've been in, you know, different label meetings with some local guys here and radio meetings with some dudes. I've been there. And unfortunately, a lot of artists don't understand there's so much more than just getting your shit done in the club. Why aren't you reaching out to certain medias? First of all, why is your music not licensed in DSP? Why is it not on DSP platforms?
Yep.
Secondly, why don't you have some sort of like
press release, like
press kit?
Yeah, press kit. Yeah.
Everyone
like
needs a
why
press
like
kit.
why aren't you doing that?
Yeah.
Like you got to start taking it as a business. It's more than just I went to the neighborhood dude. He recorded my joint and now I put it on SoundCloud. All right, well, you can put your shit in movies.
Yeah.
Like, you know how Fire the other day, I don't remember what movie I was watching. I
feel like
I heard B on it. I'm like,
artists gotta pivot into like the social media thing, like do short clips instead of full length videos. I feel like the little shorter clips catch bigger attention.
To also touch on the stigma that the DJs don't even play the local records. It's like, even if we do, y'all not even there to hear it played.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even come out and support the DJs. I'll be honest, I do play a lot of local artist shit. And it just be, sometimes it don't really matter to me, but I'm just like, damn, it'd be a moment. Because I love playing, especially if it's a hot record, I'll throw that shit on 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning if it's fire. they be like, oh, could you record when you play it for me? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Like, bro,
You should be here. You should be, like, I play your shit a lot. You know I play your shit a lot. But you don't ever be here when I play it.
So here's the funny thing, because I've seen these motherfuckers do it. We have all been at a point where we was out in the streets on nights we weren't booked, passing shit out.
Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like passing shit out, rubbing hands with people that you don't even know their name, but you're like, yo, I'm da 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 da. Here's my shit. Why the fuck you an artist and you ain't doing that?
Yeah.
Everyone got lazy. That's just reality. Everyone got lazy. So if you want to send your music to somebody, go to their events, go support the DJs that you're really interested in getting to know, right? So that's the first part. Second part is go to community, start throwing your own events, right? So I keep telling these artists, like, stop coming to me to do the work. I'm not doing the work, especially if you don't got a budget, don't talk to me yet, right? Try to throw your own event. Get a 50 people event, do that shit. Get a 100-person event, do that shit. Son, because now you're building up an audience. Start building up your audience. Once you have an audience that wants to hear this song, then come to me, show me some clips, show me a clean and dirty version of your song, right? Find out who the DJs are in your city, right? Find out the DJs' names in the city, start recording like edits, right? So having a song that says a DJ's name in it, that DJ's gonna be more enthused to play your song a lot faster because you're shouting me out too. And then I'm gonna be more hyped to play your shit. Every gig I'm gonna be like, oh, it says my name?
I ain't gonna lie.
Play, right? That shit works. And then realistically, before you even talk to anybody that's on the radio to play your shit, son, make sure you have a following, a legit following. Don't go on Spotify and buy no plays. Don't go on Instagram and buy no followers, because we can look at your engagement. We have access to that information. So don't even talk to a radio cat, right? And once you do build up that enough steam,
it's harder for a radio DJ to kind of filter out the noise a little bit.
It is. It's easy as shit.
I cannot imagine being a radio DJ.
It is easy as shit, bro, because you can look at, if someone has 1,000 followers, you're supposed to be getting at least 30% like activation on your post, right? So if I got 1,000 people following me, you should be having at least 300 likes on your post.
And also
that means you're actually real.
Know the DJ you're promoting too. Like, I'm a Latin DJ, you're giving me a hip hop record. I'll listen to it, but there's a high probability you're playing more than I would. You know what I mean? And
it's crazy because everybody, and it's like, I hear all these things about this DJ and that station and da 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 da. But a lot of people fail to realize at the end of the day, it's a business. So your local station is not playing to just you. They're playing to your community. They're playing to the labels that reach out to them for, you know, whatever that they have to do. They're playing to the businesses that are funding them with the marketing and da da da. So in reality, and we have 2 artists that, you know, have gone off into the world, and you know, it took even our own station to get to a point where they're being played on. It's not that they're being hated on. It's like there's a political aspect behind it, that there's more to it on just here play my record. Like,
I'm local, play my music.
It took them some time to get to where they are.
It
takes time.
Three different folks.
4.
No, there's a couple.
I'm saying thank you.
We
there's a couple actually. There's a couple.
Again, it's just the reality is that we got some pretty dope artists already being pushed to our tables, and then the local person that hasn't put in no work is trying to be like, yo, just play. Like, you're trying to skip the line. Like, son, start throwing your own shows. Show us that you interested.
Don't get me wrong though. If the shit's fire, it's just fire.
If the shit's fire, it's
fire.
But how do we know it's fire? The city tells us.
I'm not gonna play it in the middle of my set.
I'm driving down the street. I'm hearing it in the car next to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to the club and everyone's playing it already. Like, the city would tell the DJ that this shit needs to get played. But
I feel like you gotta market to women more too.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody tough now.
I feel like women are your best.
The go-to market.
Bro, any rappers listening to this right now, there's a reason why you see more Mother's Day commercials and less Father's Day commercials. It's not because there's less fathers in the world. Motherfucking men ain't gonna pay for shit that they don't think is worth paying for, bro.
Yeah.
We've all had a girlfriend who would go to the store and just try something.
I mean,
as DJs, we play for. I can say we all play for the ladies.
Yeah, we play for the ladies.
There's been times that a girl is like lip syncing a song. I'm like, yo, who sings that? And it happens to be a local artist.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Remember Fetty Wap when he first came out with Trap Queen?
Yeah.
All I seen was on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Was it Snapchat? Yeah, Snapchat was all the ladies singing that song with the filter.
Bruh, my lady friends.
Grab an event
took
and
off.
invite all girls. Open bar. That's your best market.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I said, people just doing it wrong. Everybody too tough.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna ask you for this advice, and it's like
That's why I'm glad the
Oh,
the drill era is kind of dying down, especially in the Boston music scene. I couldn't. No disrespect to the drill rappers from the city. But
I love drill, son. Drill.
No, I love drill, but it was getting redundant for me.
I'm tired of them hi-hat snares, bro.
Son, but
That's why
let's
Cash
be honest.
Cobain is refreshing to me.
Yes,
But let's be
yes,
honest.
yes.
If you want a song that's gonna end up blowing, you got to figure out what's been working.
Yeah.
And I feel like to fight something that's been working, you're a fool.
Yeah, you're
Son,
right.
if the hi-hats is getting songs played, go make a fucking hi-hat song, son.
Yeah.
Right? And then because now you just gotta jump in the wave at
That's
the
what
right
labels
time.
do. That's exactly what the
Or
labels do.
do like what Nicki did with Belly, and everybody's kind of like the same.
Yeah.
Again,
Drop
it's
a
a
record
certain
with
BPM,
that.
it's a certain range, it's a certain sound. I'm not saying copy them
not
exactly,
copy,
be
but
yourself, but ride the wave.
Yeah, ride the wave.
I tell anytime,
Being yourself things.
yeah,
You gotta be yourself.
Yeah, of course. 100%.
anytime a rapper or artist or somebody creative asks me an advice, I tell them, go steady Titty Boy.
2 Chainz.
Go steady the journey that 2 Chainz had to go through, you know, coming into the game, being in Atlanta, being Titty Boy, running with
Goody Mob.
Goody Mob, DTP, having to literally, at a height of his career, had to switch his name from Titty Boy to 2 Chainz, change all of that, and then reinvent himself, and then boom, he got a break.
Yeah.
Learn what that is. A lot of these rappers that you see on TV, they've been in this game for like 10, 15 years.
It's a hustle, bro. It's a hustle.
Before they seen something, bro.
Yeah.
You can't take Rick Ross out the game because he's been here for so long. 2 Chainz been here for so long. Before they even, like if you really want to get in the game, there's so many different avenues. Make your own songs, but why aren't you writing for somebody?
Yeah.
You that dope, go create a record for whoever, ship it off the labels. That's gonna get you into the room with other producers and artists and da-da-da-da-da-da.
Was it Rosewood making, rest in peace, was he making records for PNB?
PNB, yes he was, you know? So it was like, there's a lot of, you know, shout outs to Rosewood, he was doing a lot of, he got a lot of writing credits for certain guys, and you know, it's if you feel like you have your talent may supersede what other people see you to be. So pick up a pen, write for somebody else.
Is there an Instagram page that dedicates itself to upcoming artists?
United Masters?
There's a bunch.
Like, what's the more reliable one that you can?
I mean, every major something does something. Like there's a Rap Radar. There's so many different. Like Double XL would do for upcoming. It might be upcoming that has a more of a name, but there's always somebody that's trying to break a song.
I would say United Masters is
United
popular, but
They're dope.
they're
Yeah.
dedicated to like being independent artists and how to like make money as an independent
Yeah, but at
artist.
the end of the day, you can buy a blog post. You can buy a post.
But that's why I said
Yeah.
all of the social media stuff you gotta be mindful. The real people know how to read it. That's all I'm saying. So it's
Yeah.
like have city shows, do shows. That's
Just
it.
make hot records, bro. That's it.
Hot records, but you need
Make
to
hot
have
records.
build up on
Don't
it.
catch our
Talk to
attention
the
fast.
DJ. Yes.
Just make hot records.
That's all it is.
Team up with a DJ, put a record together.
Yeah.
He'll tell you if that
Pop,
shit.
Pop got a record coming out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, got a dope record coming out.
I feel like as an artist, and not even just like a rapper or a singer or anything. I feel like if you're in the art, if your intention is to do it to just make money and not have love for it, it's not gonna work.
You ain't gonna last.
I always say do it for the love first. Do what you love, and the crowd is gonna find you. Your people's gonna find your tribe. Your community's gonna find you. And what's meant for you will be.
Will be.
You know what I mean? What's meant for you will
I'll be honest. It's a
Not
little.
what's meant for you will be is what you hustle the hardest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I DJ for free. You just not gonna make money off me. I love DJing where I have. If you call me, you like yo pull up.
Hell yeah.
I just like to play. I like that feel. It ain't about the money for me.
I
It's
play
just
music for my family, for my boys, for wherever that's. You've pulled up places and there's a party going on, you have your laptop on you.
Why not?
Do that with the homies.
They gotta move over, yeah.
Yeah, move over. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
Hold
Use the
on.
bathroom real quick.
Hold on, promoters.
Yeah,
Don't call me now.
Yo, son, real quick. How y'all feel about the nights where it's like 17 DJs?
I hate it.
You ain't booking me in that event.
Yeah.
I'm doing that right.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
If I do get booked, I'm going first, and I'm probably.
I caught heat for that.
I'll go
I
first.
caught heat for that. I caught a lot of heat that I said I don't want to DJ with certain openers. I got caught heat from certain promoters like, oh, Sisko doesn't want to work.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When that happens, I show up. I do a quick 15, 20.
Bro, you gotta set
DJs.
DJs gotta set their standards, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all let too much slide.
That is
Y'all
true.
DJing with 3, 4, 5 people, bro. You gotta learn.
There's a lot of
Not
undercutting
every
too.
cup needs to be taken.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is
You know what I
true.
mean? The opportunity will come another day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
When I went full time, I had to learn that because when I first like left my job and I was going for, I'm just like I need to pay the bills. I need to take, and I started learning like it's hurting my brand.
Yeah.
You know, just being everywhere, linking up. You know, I'm still learning it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, now you're right about that. Like,
Bro,
Raise your price, stay slow.
Yeah.
Take
Whoa.
less gives.
stay steady. That's it. You don't need to be with 3, 4 other DJs.
Yeah.
You know what? The promoter's not even benefiting from 3, 4, 5 DJs on the fly.
Nah, bro.
It's not. The vibe is off.
Yeah.
I don't care if the other DJ is your best friend. I mean, I can DJ with all can DJ with these. I never DJ with you. So I can DJ with these guys. It'll be a vibe.
Yeah.
Because we're just gonna pick up where you left
Yes.
off.
Facts.
But I can't DJ with a lot of other DJs because it's just kind of like.
And there's another thing we gotta really put out there. We gotta, and then I'm not gonna say we, but I'm gonna say we because we're in the community. The whole like, how do I
Just
say
say it,
this,
bro.
man?
Just
I'm trying to
say it.
bro. Like
Say it.
the whole
I'm
bitch
cut.
assness.
Oh my.
Feelings. Like we gotta stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we gotta stop that. Like people ask me like, how is the DJ community sometimes? And it's to certain guys. It's to certain guys. It feels like I'm at an R&B concert and fucking Tyrese threw a sweaty ass shirt and a bunch of motherfuckers grabbing for it. Like stop doing that, bro. Like get your gig, go get your money. Go the fuck home and stop complaining about the next person. Stop worrying about
Facebook.
Like, don't worry about why another
Facebook
person.
posts, bro.
No, I
love
love
Facebook.
I love
I'm so sick of the Facebook posts.
At this point, I do it on purpose.
First of all, this motherfucker here.
I do it on purpose. I'm the best troll on there, bro.
And I'll be ready to type. I'm like Sisko, you just doing it.
The DJs be like, Sisko, you gotta get your, it's all about the skills. I'm like, damn, bro, I don't even know how to mix. I don't know how I made it.
Bro, I'm like, yo, motherfuckers don't know Sisko. He's talking shit. He's trying to get y'all riled up, and you goofy.
But that's
ass
why I
niggas.
do it, because I want them to see that social media really is not.
It's not,
Bro, nobody, at the end of the day, nobody cares who's DJing at the club.
Bro, I'm gonna be very honest. I
Nobody
get really happy when I see guys that I came up with or came up around and they doing dope shit. I love seeing you overseas and traveling. I love everything you doing big night, going to
I
fucking
can't do that.
Miami.
That's tough, dude.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's losing sleep.
flying.
That shit-
Oh, nah, I can't do that,
I,
bro.
I love seeing my other, and realistically, whether if it's like, we'll talk shit to each other, make jokes, have little,
Like, I haven't picked up BigTunez calling like 6
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. This nigga always be like, and I understand because I don't, he be calling me and texting me. I text him 3 days later.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's what I said. Just know.
I still love you.
Yeah,
But
fact.
it's like, yo, we're a community. There's a lot of parties, a lot of gigs. Bro, be happy. The motherfucker next to you could help you more than you could realize. Be happy for that motherfucker. Why are you so mad?
For example, what is your goal since you're the newer DJ? What is one thing you want to do that is like
Like on the big picture.
Yeah.
No bullshit. See the world. Just see what.
Oh, but here in
in
Boston.
Boston. In Boston.
Like,
To be
where do you
honest-
want to DJ? What do you want to do? Like, what is something
I would love to do like a festival. Like a big like touch festival, start doing festival stages. Want to get to that level. To the point where
it's tough.
you
There's
get
not
paid.
really no good festivals.
It's not good, but like I would say most of like the New England area.
But there's one thing. Where do you want to DJ next?
You know what? As a goal, I would say Boston Calling would be a good.
Boston Calling?
Yeah, I would love to do Boston Calling. Yeah, that'd be dope. Cause I would say Boston Calling. That's just like not really a bucket list thing, but just more like a notch on the belt.
Yeah. They got me on an EDM festival and I'm Latin, dude. I don't know what I'm playing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's dope.
But what about y'all? I mean, I might as well kick the question back to you.
I just like making people feel good.
Yeah.
And so.
I just want to post on Facebook.
Realistically, my only goal is like I want to be able to be in enough spaces where DJs are getting what I'm getting paid. That's it. Because I know I'm getting a decent rate right now in the city, and I'm probably one of the only DJs out of not many getting a decent rate. Yeah. So I like being able to put other DJs in positions to make what I'm making, but they need to do the work too, and that's my goal. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
on a philosophical, since we getting philosophical.
No, I'm being
I would say
the harshest I've,
because that was more like a personal goal, but something I would like to achieve, I guess, would be to just like push the culture forward. Like we all know, like the club, like I feel like in Boston, you can go to a lot of different clubs and hear the same type of sets. You know what I mean? You're hearing the same.
That's everywhere though. That's not
Boston.
what I mean? That's everywhere. That's everywhere.
I wanna push it forward, like how we were talking about house music. Like I want to make that more prevalent in the black spaces, in the brown spaces. Just like branch out the taste of music that can be palatable or considered palatable.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I feel that.
Facts.
Yeah. Okay, so the word I got is power. To me, the definition of power is obviously strength. Not just in the physical, but in the what's the word? Your mentality. To my 14-year-old self, I would say that once again, power is not just a physical aspect. You can gain power by how you treat people, your confidence in yourself, and just staying true to yourself. And I feel like the most powerful people in the world, in our communities, it may not seem like that to everybody, but to me, that's what power means. It's just being true to yourself, staying the course, standing 10 toes down on what you believe in, what your core values are. A lot of power comes into that. So that's what I would say to my 14-year-old self.
My word is alignment. When I think of alignment, I think of alignment of your mental, your spirit, and your physical. To my 14-year-old self, I would tell you that you are enough and that what you're experiencing is trauma and that you're going to be able to overcome all of that trauma once you're able to align all those things. Through working out, you're going to be able to get your body in check, spiritually questioning those things that people don't question, unlearning the things that you were taught and relearning, and then getting yourself mentally prepared. Understand that the world is hard and not to use excuses. Excuses don't help you to further yourself. Excuses just hold you back. Understand that the world is hard, right? And it's just understand that there's consequences for all of your actions. Take accountability. In taking accountability, you're going to be able to get your mental together and finally get to a place where you're fully in alignment, and then you could become the DCaso that we always wish we could be. You know what I mean? So, alignment. That's what I would tell my 14-year-old self. That you got it, my boy.
Damn, that was good.
You got it, son. Son, y'all don't even understand, son. The boy had a little trauma past.
My word is peace. Peace to me is honestly like just mental health when it comes down to staying strong and chasing whatever dreams you want to be. You're not always. I think like peace is like knowing like that. Oh, it's weird. That's a good one. Peace is peace.
Yeah.
Peace is what we want.
Yeah.
It's tough to get because as a man, you know, you always gotta, you know, really don't have peace a lot.
It's like peace is the word that we use to define what we want.
Like, this is what we chase. This is what we want. At the end of the day, after all the chaos, this is what it means to me. Is just to kind of chill out, mellow out. What I would tell my 14-year-old self is find peace in knowing that you're not always going to be the best, and that there's a lot of sacrifices. Don't stretch yourself too thin and trying to meet the criteria of like being the best, I guess. Yeah. It's tough because like right now is at the level that I'm at, I'm searching for peace. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of sacrifices. Don't give up peace with your family, peace with friends and family. You give up, you know, time to spend with them. You know, make sure you find your own little zen. You know, it's tough. There's no peace right now. It's on the go. It's hectic, and it's just you give up so much to this game that you forget about yourself. So, don't forget to take care of yourself.
That part. That part.
My word is abundance. What does that mean? I mean, there's so many meanings to it, but a lot of folks are going to look at it as what you're receiving. And a lot of people, you know, even us at times, we forget what we can give. And realistically, we receive a lot of stuff in abundance, especially in our line of work. When it comes to what I would tell my 14-year-old self, man, young 14-year-old man growing up in Brockton, dealing with a lot of the BS that happened around here, a lot of the good and the bad, you know, in life. Dealing in Brockton, it was like I dealt with an abundance of good and bad, right? Whether if it was, you know, on the crime end, being raised in certain neighborhoods, abundance of family, hanging out with my family, so on and so forth, my friends. What I would have told my 14-year-old self is, man, don't worry about what you don't have, where you're not at, and I think that is something I can still tell myself even today and everybody else, because at the end of the day, we're still looking for more, still looking the next level, still looking for the next step. And what I would tell my 14-year-old self is, worry about giving more than receiving. When you give, receiving will be 100%, and it's just gonna come back. Yeah, that's what I'd say about abundance.
Health and peace.